DJ Rich Player, the God is in the building as arrival along Cartagena. This is the biggest in the game. Coming back from where we left off, Andrew Yang going for mayor of New York City, talking his thing. Shout out to everybody out there that comes on every single night and we get it popping with the realest talk you've ever heard. Monday we started out. Michael K. Williams, you might know him as Omar from The Wire. Yesterday, Andrew Yang. Today, we have a very, very, very special guest coming up. Somebody I've always admired, someone I always looked up to on the big screen. I know you're going to love him. Because you're going to be like, damn. Tonight is a real you don't know who I know moment. Okay? So when she comes on in a little bit, you're going to be like, and I'm going to be like, you don't know who I know. And that's what this show's about, man. And so we out here, we staying in the light. Sunshine the Light, number 6 song in America right now on Rhythmic. You guys don't understand. It's nearly impossible for that to happen. Shout out to my brother DJ Khaled. Was on the check-in earlier. Rashad, what's up? You want that white van talk early. I mean, yo, listen, man. We got to stay in the light. We got to stay in the light. It's way too early for white van talk. You guys are pretty crazy out there, man. And so we blessed. I think we just made a whole year, right?
Yes.
We just made a whole year anniversary since we've been coming on every day at 8 o'clock at night. What does that do? Well, it stops me from sitting courtside at all the basketball games because while they're playing, I'm here talking to you. And so I love it, though, because for me, it's therapy. You know, it's mind healing.
For the people.
This is mental healing, mental health. And so I come on here and I talk to the people. Shout out to the Maktoum family out there in Dubai. The big guy died. Shout out to the Sheikhs. You know, my brothers. And you don't know who I know. Like if you knew who the Al Maktoum was, you'd be like, damn, Joe really knows. You know, and that's the royal family of Dubai who are good friends of mine. And have always showed me the best and greatest times, and I'm sorry for your loss. The Sheikh died. You know, God bless. Yeah, so we played Silly. But it wasn't the original. It was the remake. Could you tell me who cut the remake of Silly? And so every time we come on and we talk, and I try to share awareness with you and just tell you these stories. I realized today it's mental healing. It's mental healing. Because, you know, sometimes you stand in your own way and you trapped in your own thinking. And so in order for you to elevate, you got to step out the box. And sometimes we got to hear some people say something to motivate us to do our thing. And so that's what we do. Shout out to Cool and Dre. I was in the studio yesterday. They got much fire coming your way. Much fire coming your way. And so we in the crib, getting ready to talk that shit. Everybody out there, you know the world's crazy, man. The world's crazy, man. And so what's happening is a lot of things going on out there. If you watch the news one time, nothing's impossible in a negative way. The shit I see on the news every night is unbelievable. And we got to be careful out there. You know, I told somebody yesterday in the studio, I said, listen, if I was in New York and 20 guys fronted on me, I would jump out the car and fight all 20 guys. Most likely I'd get beat up, but I'll go all out with them. In Miami, if a guy 60 pounds flat argues with me, I'm getting back in my car. Because Florida is a gun state where the skinniest, nicest guy will shoot your wig off.
They let it go.
They let it go. They're not trying to fight you here in Florida. Are you kidding me? You know, like a month ago, there was a scene on the news where a guy, 20 guys was about to jump this guy. You seen it outside the clubs, the way they do. They're walking up and they're about to pound him out. He pulled out the biggest Tony Montana gun and let it rip. And so there's a law in Florida called a stay in your ground law. That's where George Zimmerman beat that case. You just got to be scared. And who's to know if you're scared or not? Oh no, them stimmies is on the street. Them stimmies is out there. Shout out to Up NYC, 158th Street and Broadway. Shout out to Up NYC, 207th and Dykeman. And a new location coming soon enough in the BX borough, the South Bronx. The South Bronx. And so we out there, man. But a world. And so what's crazy is I was on an interview with my brother Edgar Balanga. He's the kid, 16 and 0, punching holes through guys' heads. He's going to be the champion. And so they had asked me, yo, have you ever mentored any other athletes? And I said, yeah, I did. I mentored guys playing at the Rucker, such as Butter, who's watching. You know, Butter, we went all out to get him on Fordham University and play college ball. Kareem Reed, we got him a tryout with the Knicks. And so I've always mentored young athletes that I thought was exceptional or talented, trying to get them their just due. Trying to make sure that they don't fall into the temptation of the hood. Because, you know, I've seen other boxers in my lifetime that were great. And the minute they became champion or made some money, they ran to the strip club and started spending their money on chicks and getting drunk. And before we knew it, they was washed up. And so, Roxy. Yo, Roxy, you never beat my team at the Rucker. You gotta stop. Y'all think, yo, Roxy Diaz is a heckler. She heckles me on the show. I'm not lying to you. She's a heckler. She is a heckler. And so, Roxy, you look very beautiful the other night on the Grammys. I seen you on there doing your thing. Congratulations. I love that you're working. I wanted to chip that. Yo, Roxy, if you don't get your ass off the Fat Joe show with that stuff you talking, I don't know who you what you talking about. You dizzy right now. You are dizzy right now. And so tomorrow night we got an explosive guest as well. Living legend, incredible. And I just want y'all to know, this ain't easy. I work really, really hard for you guys to tackle the real conversations and get the biggest in the game. You name them, they've been on here. Benjamin Crump, Dr. Fauci, AOC, Carl Hastings, Mike Tyson, Alicia Keys, Rakim, Eric B, Chuck D, LL Cool J. I mean, the list got Lawrence Tate, Tank, you know, shout out to Complex. Complex Magazine called us the #1 hip hop show in the game today. I will post it because I never lie, right? And so Khaled calls me today. He He says, yo, man, it's the funniest clip in the world. It's you in the lie detector. Joe, this shit is funny. This is crazy. And I said, yeah, I did that a while ago, Kelly. And he was like, but you was concentrating. I said, Kelly, because I tell everybody I never lie. So I gotta win the lie detector test on TV. Fuse TV. Y'all gotta go watch that. And I won. And so we're #1 according to Complex. No other show about hip hop is bigger than ours. And they're not wrong. They're actually correct. Nobody's fucking with this. You come on every day 8 o'clock and you say to yourself, who does the biggest got? Who does he got? Today will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. Yeah, Wendy Williams, yeah, she always shows love to the show. She shows clips of the show. We go viral every day, and we don't jam nobody up, and we're not into no controversy. You know, we just winning by showing love to the people. I mean, that's what it's meant to be. Brooklyn Babe, she saw it this morning, the lie detector. Yo, Khaled wasn't lying, man. It's crazy. Hold up. Let me see what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the one and only Taral Hicks Dawson.
Hey. Hi.
Yo, what's good, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm excited to be here with you.
God bless you, man. You know, I said I'm gonna skip all anyway. How's your family?
Everybody is good.
Your husband,
my boys, I love
you
them
still
to
got
death.
2 kids?
I still have 2 kids. Well, I wouldn't say kids because my eldest son is 21. So, and he's in his 3rd year of college playing ball. My youngest is 10. And my husband and I, Lauren, we've been together for 21 years. So it's a blessing.
Wow.
I'm blessed.
Wow. 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 Let me tell you something. You are truly a Bronx tale.
Oh.
And you know, my brother graduated from Dodge High School too.
Okay.
And so my big brother graduated from Dodge. You know, when I used to hustle, when I was a kid, I left my house when I was 14. My mom's just watching, so I don't want to get too crazy. But when I left my house, I used to stay in the Crackhead Hotel right next to Dodge High School, the one right there, the little motel in the corner. She jamming up. She jamming up. But you guys don't know who I know. Okay, it's okay. We're going to get it right. Well, you know
the weather
little
in Jersey
motel on the corner of Dodge?
Mm-hmm.
So when I ran away from home and I was young, I used to stay there and pay every day. Used to be terrified because it was bad out there back in them days. Mama, I Want to Sing. Who encouraged you to go down to Broadway and try out for Mama, I Want to Sing?
Okay, so my sisters were a part of it. Taral Hicks, she was an artist back in the early 90s. She was signed to Capitol, and she played the lead role after Desiree Coleman. She played Doris. So I actually started as an usher in the theater, and I had the talent to move up to the stage, and they put me up there at 12. And I spent a good 6-7 years in Mama I Want to Sing, just perfecting my craft and owning who I wanted to be as an entertainer. And I got all of that from there, from the Heckscher Theater. Remember that theater?
You know what's crazy is I was telling my stylist Taral, I said, yo, Taral, I got a big one. I got Taral Hicks coming on here. You know, Shorty from Bronx Tale, from Belly. And he was like, yo, that's Mama I Want to Sing. And then I said, that's Mama I Want to Sing. And I did my research and I was like, wow. And so you grew up in the arts. You grew up So you doing Mama I Want to Sing and you going to Dodge High School?
Yep. And Mama I Want to Sing was every weekend. And Monday through Friday, I was just a regular schoolgirl, you know? But the weekend, it was lights, camera, action. That's what it was for me. And I loved it. I mean, I feel like I had a great childhood just growing up on stage and being able to have a balance between regular life and show business. It was great to grow up that way.
You know what was amazing to me? The first time I saw you was on A Bronx Tale. And this movie means so much to me. It was so many lessons in A Bronx Tale. And to come to find out that you heard about the audition on Video Music Box?
Yep, I sure did. Ralph McDaniels was putting it out there for the community. And actually, my sister heard it first, and she was like, look, they're looking for someone. They're looking for someone for this movie, A Bronx Tale. I think you should go. And the funny thing is, Mama I Want to Sing just shut down. We were done. That was it. And in my head, I was like, okay, where am I going from this? Because I don't want this to end. This is what I want to do with the rest of my life. So she basically was like, you need to go and audition for that movie. And I caught it because Ralph ran it a couple of times because they kept looking for the girl. They kept looking for her. So Ralph put it out.
And so when you went, it was like thousands of girls, hundreds of girls?
It was the line was ridiculous. It was
the whole
so
hood
many
was
girls.
at the audition.
It was so many girls, so many different ethnicities. They were looking for an African American girl, but everybody was pushing their luck.
Were there any girls that you noticed there that went on to be stars, like at the audition?
I didn't know anyone. I mean, the audition was in Manhattan. I was from the Bronx. I didn't know anyone that was there. I just knew what I possessed within, and I knew that I wanted to be in movies. I wanted to do that with my life, and I went for it. And 16 callbacks later, I landed the role because it wasn't easy.
Oh, they kept calling you back?
They kept calling back and kept calling. And, you know, it went from like thousands of girls to hundreds to, you know, 50 to 20 to 10, 5. And then the final, you know, the final 3. And I was in the final 3.
You know, it's crazy because, you know, I've been to a couple of auditions. And I've been to some that when I walked in, I knew every guy was like a famous actor, like auditioning for the part. And so it's weird for me when I watch movies and stuff like that. I'll be like, yo, that's the guy that was trying out. That's the guy, you know. And so you get this, how do they tell you you're the girl, the lead? To me, you're the lead of, well, in our community, you was the lead.
Right.
Of A Bronx Tale.
Right. Okay, so basically they were like, Bob loved her. And I found out later that it was the way that I said, Kahu, like Kalodra, Kahu. I didn't even really, yeah, it was the way that I said that. And he looked at Lilo and was like, what do you think of her? And he was like, that's the one. That's the girl. She said it right. So I found out later that's why I got the part. And the fact that I guess I stepped in there back then, we didn't do the makeup thing. We were not beat in the 90s. Like, it was very it was a very natural era. So, you know, I almost fought to want to have makeup on in the movie, and they were like, no, you're not having anything. Bob loves your skin the way it is. You know, he thinks you're a beautiful chocolate girl, and that's what we want for this movie. So, I mean, I was just elated, like, wow, I really landed this role. And basically,
and so
like,
when the movie comes out, because I learned so many lessons from this movie, but when the movie comes out, did you go to see it in the movie theater? Did you go to like Whitestone Theater? Did you go somewhere and just throw a hoodie on and watch it in the movie theater with the people?
I definitely did, but you know the premiere happens before the movie. So
when
the premiere happened, I'm like, you know, you just think of the list of people Robert De Niro know and think about what kind of room, what kind of environment that was. And I'm this girl from Gun Hill Projects, and at the time, still living in the projects during the premiere. And I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable. I'm in the room with Naomi Campbell. I'm in the room with all of these great names, and Al Pacino is in the room. Like, I'm like, this is crazy, and I'm in the room. So
because
it was
that's their
amazing.
clique. Charles
Yes.
Palmieri, Robert
Yes.
De Niro. People don't know that's their crew.
That's
You
their
know,
crew.
Joe Pesci.
Yep.
You know, they all from the Bronx too.
Yep.
Like they all from the Bronx, Pelham Parkway and all that. I've always been a big fan of them. So you go to the premiere and you like, wow.
Wow.
And it's all about you. And you
Yep.
like, what are you feeling? Are you feeling like you're going to be the next big superstar? Are you like, what are you feeling like?
I felt
at
like
this
I belonged.
point?
I felt like I belonged. I felt like this is it. Like I did something amazing here, and I'm gonna keep it going. That's just how I felt. I was like, this is what I needed, and I knew, you know, at that point that I would be doing films, I would be singing, and I would live out my dreams.
What's the biggest lesson from Bronx Tale? Like, what's the biggest lesson watching the movie back? What's the biggest learning point for you?
The biggest learning point, I would say, cherish life, cherish family, cherish people that are true to you, and mostly look beyond race and skin color, which is what we're dealing with right now. Like, you know, love is love. We all, our hearts are all the same color red. Like, there's no difference. So we got to learn to love on each other, and don't waste your talent. That's one of my favorite lines. Waste the talent. Don't waste your talent.
Don't waste your talent. And this guy, Kalogino, he did a hell of a, he played a hell of a role with you as well.
He
And
did. Shout out to Lilo.
To Lilo, are you still good friends?
We are. You know, we do a lot of autograph signing shows together. We link up. Our fan base is, they're amazing. Like, they come out for us to see us because, like you said, A Bronx Tale, there's so many life lessons within that movie, and people have really taken those quotes and added it to their lives. And they look at us as far as the poster, we're the poster kids for the interracial couples out there. And they really adore us, you know, even though we have our separate lives. To them, it's like, you guys set the bar for what interracial relationships should be and look like, and, you know, love in general. So we appreciate that.
You know, I met him before too. I met him after the movie, and then I met him like after he came home.
Yeah.
You know, I met him both times, and I just like every time I see him, I'm like, yo, Kalogino. Like I don't even know if they call him his real name because, you know, he's C.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I learned from Bronx Tale the most was when he kept chasing the guy who owed him like $12. You know, I did the same thing in real life, and I wound up bullying this guy that owed me $10. And he wound up shooting me twice. Wow. So I almost died. And the message was in the Bronx Tale. It was like, yo, you got away cheap. Leave this guy alone. You don't need this guy. Right. And it also taught me not to bully nobody, because if you instill enough fear on these people, they will come back at you and let it go. So in my book, and I'm a big movie buff, in my book, Bronx Tale is one of the greatest movies of all time, and you played a pivotal role. And so you shot it in the Bronx, and did you shoot it in Queens as well, like Woodside, Queens?
We shot it in Sheepshead Bay, Queens.
Wow.
Yeah, and for the writer Chaz Palminteri, a lot of those areas he grew up in, so he wanted to really be in the places where those scenes took place, the real places where they took place. So Sheepshead Bay, that was the school scene, and that's where you see us standing out and walking around that whole area.
I thought it was Woodside, because Woodside, Queens. My family, they used to live in Woodside Projects, and it was almost Bryant High School. And all these years, I thought it was Bryant High School, but I was wrong. Yeah. And so you do Bronx Tale, right?
Yes.
Everybody loves you. I know you know everybody. You was everybody's next door girl that they wish they had, that they love you to death. I seen plenty of interviews with different rappers saying you was the one, you know. And so now you get tapped for Belly.
Mm-hmm.
What was the decision for you? Why did you pick Belly and you said, all right, I want to do this one?
Okay, so I was doing videos with Hype at the time. He snagged me for Usher Raymond's Think of You video and a few other videos that he was doing. And he wrote the script and he said, I have this character. Her name is Keisha. And so I read her and I was like, okay, she is ghetto. Like she is a lot. And
No,
I
she's like the
decided,
girls we know, but it didn't fit the Bronx tale.
right, no, not at all. It
Taral
didn't.
Hicks.
No.
So I'll let you continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're right. It didn't at all. But I chose that role because I think when you can go from a role like a Bronx Tale and show diversity into a role like Keisha, then your acting skills are okay. So I pat myself on the back for that
Yo,
because
listen,
I'm
man. And let me
nothing.
tell you something. And
I'm
this is
nothing
out
like
of
Keisha.
the utmost respect. Um, there were some pretty insane, memorable moments in Belly.
Yeah.
Okay. The first one that bugs me out every time I see it is when you talking to Kiana,
Yeah.
the young girl, and Kiana's like, and you like, yo, what's up? You know Tommy? And she was like, yeah, well, I ain't doing with Tommy, but I sucked his boot last
Right.
night. Yo, that was as ghetto. That
So ghetto.
Yo, that
So
was the
ghetto.
craziest shit in the, because it will happen in the hood just like that.
Oh
Like a
yeah.
girl will tell another girl, like, yeah, you know, this. And so that was legendary. Like that might be my favorite scene in Belly.
Yeah.
And you know, when I was thinking about you jumping from Bronx Tale to Belly, I was thinking almost like that Justin Bieber effect or the Zendaya, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because it's always a child actor or singer that plays such a good role at being a good guy
Mm-hmm.
that they want to play such a over the top role or switch their image or their lifestyle up.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was looking in hindsight, I was like, maybe she wanted to get out of that box of being the nice little girl next door to do Belly.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I mean, I really wasn't thinking like that. Okay, so Keisha, you know, I grew up in Gun Hill Projects. So Keisha, to me, is all the girls I saw walking around. So it was easy for me to emulate her. It was easy for me to bring her to life because those girls existed in my world, you know?
I
People
have
that choose
40
to,
Keishas in my
right. It
building.
was like 40, it was like 100 Keishas in the PJs back then. That's just how they were. They were the fly girls, so to say. So, you know, the Janes went to church. But the Keishas were out front and center. So when Hype gave me that role, I was just kind of like, you know, how can I embody this character? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in the elevator with Keisha when I'm going home. I'm walking to the train station and I see Keisha across the street. So I just took all of those elements and added that to her role to bring forth the best ghetto version of Keisha that I could possibly bring forth because I identified with her. I knew who she was.
Keisha was on some shit for real.
She was.
And what was it like working with DMX? At this time, he's at the height of his career.
Yeah.
Like when you working with DMX, are you like, holy shit, I'm doing this movie with DMX, aka Tommy?
I actually was not, but let me back it back. Let me back it back to A Bronx Tale because when I did A Bronx Tale, I was in Mama Wanna Sing that had just finished. I am a Christian. I go to church a lot. I believe in God, and that is my faith. So we didn't watch a lot of TV growing up. So I didn't know who Robert De Niro was. So I really believe that that's one of the reasons why I landed Jane, because I wasn't intimidated when I got in front of them, because I didn't really know his history. I just knew I wanted to be an actress and I wanted to be in that movie. And that's how I landed the role. As far as Belly is concerned, I knew DMX was popular, but I'd never
Oh,
seen
so
him
you
as
saying because you was Christian, you wasn't so into like the gangster rap scene?
right. I didn't really know. I knew Nas, because he was around. I knew the populars. DMX had just kind of came on the scene. So when Hype said, okay, I'm going to put DMX in this role for me, I was like, okay, cool. Let's see how we work out. And so, DMX is nice. Like, he's dope. I listened to his lyrics. But the funny thing about X is that X was on set the whole time quoting the Bible. So I was just so confused because he knows the Bible backwards and forwards. So he was on there quoting scriptures and stuff. So I was just a little confused because I was like, okay, this dude like knows the Bible back and forth. He has a conscience. He's a good dude. So when we got into our scenes, he was just, real natural, and I was as natural as I could be, and it worked out. Now, what everybody wants to know is about the scene. The scene was
Okay.
that was
jumper moment. We call this a jumper moment. Yeah.
Yes,
we want to know about the scene.
Yes, that scene. I don't know what that scene was like because I wasn't there when it happened. So that was a body double, and it was easy for her. That was a body double. It was.
So that wasn't you.
That was not me. The last time you see T. Hicks in there is when he throws me down to the floor. They bring home girl in. She does whatever she does. And then the next thing you know, I'm laying in the bed in the sheet. That's how the scene ends. So I didn't even know that part was going to be in there. So, of course, I was like, when I saw the premiere, I was like, oh, my God. Like, everybody's going to think that, but it is.
Oh, they thought it went down. Legend.
Yeah, they thought it went down. And I did get it.
DMX was...
I did get a chance to tell the truth about it on the Angie Martinez show back then. But now you're giving me a platform to tell everyone what you thought you saw, you did not see from me. So you still have no idea what that looks like.
That's crazy.
But that goes to show how good editing can be,
Oh, yeah.
Hype edited the crap out of it, and it worked for whatever he was looking for at the time. It worked, but that definitely probably, if I had to say so, it probably wouldn't have went down like that. But
so you said if you would have been like, nah, I don't know if I want that in there like that, you'd have got it out of there.
More than 100% yes, I would have gotten it out of there. Yeah,
because context, it looked like that was you.
Yeah, it does. I mean, like I said, they did a great matchup, but if you notice, you never see that girl face.
Your husband has definitely seen this movie.
Of course he's seen this movie. Of course.
And so in that scene, when you tell him, I'm a good Christian woman, that ain't really me, he's like, all right, baby, I believe you.
You know what? My husband, I've known since I was 16 years old. So we've known each other for a long time. So he already knew. So he got the backlash of the story, and because when I saw it at the premiere, that was the first time I saw the whole finished edit.
So you definitely wanted to die.
Say it again.
You definitely wanted to die when you saw this scene.
Yeah.
Because you was already going out with him. You was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I got smoke.
Yeah. I mean, my mom was there. My mom was at the premiere. Like, my whole family was at the premiere. So when that part came, I was like, OMG. But, hey, we live, we learn.
It's crazy because I shot a video like last year. Mm-hmm. And same crew, Hype Williams, Irv Gotti. So mm-hmm. Irv Gotti's like, yo, you got to have like the sex scene with this girl, right? And I was like, and I'm way deep. Like, I'm like, yo, Irv, I can't do, I get anxiety telling you this shit. I'm like, yo, Irv, I can't do that. Like, and he's like, nah, but I won't shoot the video if you don't shoot. He called my wife and everything. Yo, you like the Birkins? You like all your shit? This guy got to do the video. He got to do it right. He got to this. We love you, this, that. But I'm not going to lie. And I'm not a shy guy, but I felt uncomfortable doing the scene.
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
felt, me, Joe Crack, felt uncomfortable doing the scene. Like I was like, you know, like what? I mean, I get it, right?
Yeah.
And so, uh, interesting enough. So this Belly, I don't know if it made a lot of money in the movie theater, but it's
Hmm.
definitely a classic.
It's a popular movie. Let's put it that way. It's a very popular movie, and Keisha is iconic. And you know, I had to embrace her. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, but you know, because of what I went through as far as filming it and just, you know, not knowing what the finished edit was gonna look like, I really had to and there was a time when I would just be like, oh, Keisha. Like, but now I'm like, you know what, it happened, and I can tell people, you know what you're getting into before you get into it. Make sure you see final cuts and that you're on board with everything that's happening, and that's something that I had to learn along the way. But
Yeah, but I
Keisha
mean, we
is,
love you for that. And so, do people call you, people to this day call you Keisha, huh?
yes, everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I
And so
hear
they look at you and they go, "Yo,
Keisha.
Keisha."
Yes, everywhere at the supermarkets, the restaurants. Like I said, she's iconic, and I couldn't run away from her anymore. I had to embrace who she was, the role that I played, and now I do. I embrace it because I look at the good in it too. Because Keisha, I love her, and Keisha is one of the images that we were not seeing in the 90s. You know, I'm happy that I got the opportunity to represent brown girls all over America and show that we can be beautiful, we can be sexy, we can be all of that. And for that, I embrace her. And I always tell people that at the end, Keisha got her life together. And she, you know, she
Yeah.
found
You
God
know,
again and
Keisha. You know,
bossed
there was
up.
another girl, the girl in New Jack City that was brown, and
Uh-huh.
she had that famous scene that I wanna sex you up. She was G Money's. Y'all was like, you know, the brown skin girl, you know, the chocolate girls was on fire at that
Yes.
time on that.
Yes,
On that, on
we
that.
had our era, and I was happy to be a part of the movement. And like I said, happy to bring forward a character that not only lasted for that period of time, but like she's decades old. Like she's been lasting through all these years, and the love is the same from the day that the movie first dropped out. You know, it's the
And
same.
so
Netflix
now,
released it, and
I don't
so
know
now I
if
have a
my
whole new
eyes are deceiving me, but you still look the same.
well, thank
And,
you.
and
Thank
so
you.
it's like all these years later, and you still look the same.
Thank you. I
It's
just
it's
been
it's
taking good
crazy.
care of myself.
It's
And
crazy.
when you're blessed, this is your glow. And I'm happy with my life, and I'm blessed, and I feel like God gave me some really great opportunities, and I don't believe that this is the end. You know, I'm back. My mom got ill a few years ago with Alzheimer's, so I've been taking care of her because, you know, with that, you just don't know.
God
They could
bless.
be here today, gone tomorrow. So I'm cherishing my family, loving on them. My husband is amazing, and you know, we're doing
Because
things.
because right, looking at your life. Well, I
Mhm.
don't know your life, but looking at you, the '90s was different than the 2000s. We see these couples, they get together because this guy's famous, she's
Mhm.
famous. 9 times out of 10, it ain't really real. They break up.
Yeah,
They uh, and so you definitely chose the route that you chose, I believe, purposely, and not got caught up in that Hollywood hype. Speak on that because you definitely, without saying names, they definitely was some rich, got, you know, the same shit we
yeah,
see was definitely coming at you a mile a minute, but you kept it real with your husband, like he kept it real with you.
absolutely.
What that is that what you wanted to do?
Of course, that's what I wanted to do. I'm madly in love with my husband. 16 We met each other 21 years later. We're still together. We have a beautiful family. He's very supportive of what I do. I'm supportive of what he does. He's a producer. He's produced for Mary and Genuine and so many others out there. So he's super talented and holds his own as well. More behind the scenes than in front, but I'm the one that's in front and he supports me. And we, we have our system that works for us, and that's family first. Family first. That's what works for us. So we put our boys first, and for us, this, life is about creating generational wealth for our family and staying positive and helping other couples out there to realize, you can be in a business and maintain, but you got to be true to each other and trust, honesty, all those things, faith, they all balance your life out. It's a balance in this thing, because if you get too caught up in the business, you lose balance. But if you even it out, we have an even balance, with our spirituality, our faith, being in this business. Tishina Arnold is our first cousin. So, we know this thing, but we're not pressed. So we keep it real with each other, and whatever doors open, those are the doors that are meant for us to walk through, because that's what God has aligned for our lives. And that's
you want to know what? That is truly a beautiful thing. Me and my wife been together forever, and
congratulations.
We just said, we was like, yo, no matter what happens, because when I first got with her, I was fat Joe, and I only had a mattress in the apartment. I didn't have no furniture. So when she came to my apartment in Throsneck in the Bronx the first time, she from Queens, she was like, what the fuck going on here? But I ain't have shit but a mattress and a boombox.
Right.
And we told each other, we said, yo, no matter what comes our way, no matter what, we gonna ride this out together. And of course, nobody's perfect. Shit happens. The devil try to creep through. But as long as you stay true to each other, it'll work out. And I never wanted, and there's no disrespect to none of, I never wanted a famous girl. I never wanted one of them. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I chose to keep it 1,000%. I'm just very lucky that my wife happens to be very, very beautiful, and I'm a blessed guy. But
yeah, she is.
I kept it 1,000. I ain't, and so that's a problem we see in the world today. That nowadays, well, I think this has always been, but nowadays it's really more like people get together at the moment for a hype to create some shit, and then it ain't real.
Right.
And it's obvious that you chose, I love this guy, I'm not leaving this guy, I trust this guy, I'm going to die with this guy.
And vice versa. He feels the same way.
Oh, no, he's one lucky motherfucker, let me tell you that, boy. Yeah, let me tell you about this guy. Don't let him lie to you. He's one
Cut it out,
lucky
Joe. Cut
guy.
it out.
No, yo, this guy, he's a special.
But see, that's how people feel, but he knows me by my other name, which is Tara. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that name. I grew up, my family calls me Tara. There's no L on it. I'm just Tara. He knows that girl. This goes way back. And, thank God for sustaining power, to keep our union tight and right. And it's been a journey, and no one is perfect. Of course, 21 years, you're not happy every day, but you work out the kinks and you keep it moving and you keep it pushing. And now we're just trying to raise our kings to be the best men that they can be.
I'm going back. You did Silly of Me over Denise Williams. That was an amazing cover. The video was incredible. Why do you think the music career ain't take off like you wanted?
Well, I was at Motown at the time, and they were going through some changes as far as presidents and all of that, and I got caught up in that. And so, when they switch over, they come in with their artists and who they feel should be the top girl or the top guy, and I got caught up in all of that. So it didn't push off because of the backing that I needed to happen at the time. The machine behind how the 90s ran just wasn't enough through the changes. It couldn't survive the changes of the company. So once Motown folded and Andre, rest in peace, Andre Harrell was the president at the time. And once he left, it kind of all like went left. And
Yeah.
I was just
It's like that because people come in, people take, let me give y'all music business 101, guys. All right, so someone signs you and thinks you're incredible and you're a superstar, because they're right. I'm going to be honest with you. Should have been a superstar in the music game. Now, and I'm a pretty good A&R, trust me, right? And so,
you should have found me, Joe. You should have found me. You should have came from
me. You know what? Maybe I was intimidated about you. I found you for the John Blaze video.
Yes.
You did the John Blaze. I don't know if they know you did my John Blaze video. It was me, Nas, Raekwon, Pun, and Jadakiss. And we got you in that video. I had to find you then. But what I'm saying is these guys, they sign you, they love you, and then they leave, and then a whole new crew comes.
Exactly.
And for some reason in the music business, they come with a whole new crew. Even if you're the best at what you do, they find a way to fire the best at what they do because they want their own regime in there. Mm-hmm. And then now they start thinking, who did the guy love? And they be like, oh, he loved her. Well, she got to go because this is a new show.
Exactly.
And shout out my brother Nori. He said, Bronx, said, yo, Nori, you did an interview recently. You said I'm the little homie in the podcast. You better watch your mouth, Nori. You better watch your mouth. And so, so that happens, and then you get caught up in all these politics and all this stuff. And then the next thing I heard, you was doing a Christian album.
Yes. And I'm still working on that. I'm still going to put out that, you know, positive messages, things to build your spirit, your mind, your soul, so you can be prepared to walk in your light, your glory, what God has for you. So, you know, I'm not going to be preaching to people, but it's going to be more on just the positive side of life. And I think in this virus, with all this going on, that's what we need to hear, something that's going to uplift us and, you know, give us the strength to make it through this time, especially when a lot of us, I've lost a lot of friends during this coronavirus, and, you know, it's sad, it's disheartening. And I think we just all need, you know, those positive messages that's going to keep us pushing towards our higher goals.
You know, shout out to DJ Clark Kent on the air and Noriega on the comments. They all love you.
Oh, thank you.
Speaking about Gun Hill projects, when you take off and you doing all these classic movies, was the projects like they couldn't believe it? And did you ever keep in touch with the girls you grew up with over there in Gun Hill?
Well, thank God for Facebook, because this has allowed me to really get in touch with a lot of the girls that I grew up in the projects, and they all, like, they'll inbox me, tell me how proud they are of my success, and me likewise. I look at their page, I get to see their families and the things that they're doing. You know, you see somebody in high school and it's like 30 years later and you're like, whoa, wow, look at your life. So,
well, you hope they're doing good. You hope they're doing good.
And when you
find out they're doing good, you get happy for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know who you remind me of? I had it here 2 weeks ago. Who I grew up with at Forest Projects.
Okay.
Was Cheryl Coco from SWV.
Yes, that's my friend. I love her. I love her voice. I love her.
So you know Cheryl?
Yes, I know Cheryl very well. Yes. She knows.
Did you know her before Famous or after Famous?
You know what? I didn't know her. I knew her after Bronx Tale. One of my cousins knew her well. And I told my cousin, I was like, I love that girl from SWV. I want to meet her. And so she hooked it up and we met each other and we've been cool ever since. Like, yeah, Cheryl's mad.
You know, that's my girl from my projects. I had her on here last week.
I caught a little bit of the interview, and yes, I never knew you guys grew up together. So that's super cool.
That's crazy. Like, because when you see somebody you grew up with in the PJs and then they became successful, and you just happy for them.
And it's rare
Uh,
when it's two. Both of y'all became successful, and that's very rare. So it from the same place is very rare.
well, it was a couple of us. Um, my brother Lord Finesse, Showbiz AG, Diamond D, the whole Digging in the Crates crew from the Bronx. We from the same projects, except for
Okay.
AG from Patterson. But my projects, it's like where hip hop was born, like in that area. And so it was an honor for me to be there. But Cheryl, she became a
Oh
superstar.
yes. I
And
always
so she
told her.
remember the fat Puerto Rican kid with all the hair, no shirt on, and she used to walk. And I used to be like, damn. And when she blew up, and I started rapping, I was like, I wonder if she know me, man. I wonder if she know it's Joey. But she said, yeah.
Wow. That's cool. I always told her I wanted to be the fourth member of that SWV. And I actually was in one of their videos, like a little cameo sitting on the side. Yeah. I was a
So
fan. I was a super fan.
you was in Skate Key?
Yes, of course. Skate Key. Well, when I moved to Jersey, of course, it became the rink was the thing. That's where we all hung out. But yeah, and we've actually been to Skate Key together. Leanne, Moni Love, all of us, we've gone there together. I mean, the 90s rock. You already know that, Joe. You already
Yeah,
know
yeah, because
about the
you
90s.
down the block. The biggest shit in the Bronx was Skate Key at the
Yes,
time.
Skate Key. I mean, Skate Key was annoying though because you would get all dressed up and you didn't know if you were gonna get in because that's how many people was trying to get in Skate Key at one time. So, and I made it in there a couple of times before I was, did the movies and everything. But Skate Key was jumping. That was like where we went to hang out. We loved it. Bronx,
Skate Key was
Glorious Connect
popping like
Bronx
a
with some
mother.
skates. You see the skates hanging from the wires, that was our thing back then. That's what we did.
That was it. Let me ask you one last question, and I thank you for coming on here
Of course.
and gracing us because you're a living legend. You're an icon.
Oh, thank
I
you.
look up to you,
Wow.
right? And I said that before you came on, because just being from the Bronx, the movie A Bronx Tale. I mean,
Yeah.
you've always been so classy, so respectful, with your family. So I've always looked up to you,
Thank
man.
you.
But I gotta ask you your top 5 rappers, dead or alive, of all time,
Top 5 rappers.
and not Fat Joe.
Fat Joe. No.
No Fat
um.
Joe.
Wow. Okay. Biggie, for sure. Tupac. Um. Lil Kim.
Mm,
Nas.
mm.
Queen Latifah.
Well, I love Latifah too. That's a great top 5, man.
Yeah.
And what are you doing now? What's in the future for you?
Well, I have a string of independent movies coming out. So you guys go on my page. She is Taral Hicks Dawson. You can see everything that's happening with me. Like I said, I'm embracing Keisha for all my fans because you guys love her so much. So I've created a celebratory merch, which I'm wearing right now, the Keish hoodie, teamed up with Home Team L&T to bring you guys this. And I'm signing the cards, thank you cards inside, just because I love these fans. They're really loyal. And this is limited, so they won't be up for long. So get it while you can get it.
I'm gonna
And
tell you something. I'm gonna tell you right now.
yes.
The money's in the phone, right?
Okay.
So pay attention to your phone, because the phone has evened the playing field. Cut out the middleman. You could get direct to your fans. So
Yes.
focus
That
on
is
the
right.
phone and your Instagram and all that, and your
Yes.
social media and all your Facebook, because before you know it, it'll turn into a whole lot of money. You could definitely work that set even more, and you'll see that your shirts will sell more and more through the roof because people love you. They want to know how to get in touch with you. They
Got you.
want to know how
Well,
to find you.
let me tell you, they can find me. I am on Cameo, and I'm also on a new site called virtualcons.com, where I'll be doing shout outs and meet and greets, videos, and things to connect with my fans. So I'm there. I got you, Joe. I'm there. I know exactly what you're saying. And I'm a person that I love to connect with my fans because I'm so appreciative because they don't have to love me. It's a million people out here that they can love. And, you know, for me not to be in your face all the time and still have so much love from people all over the world, I cherish that. And that's a blessing. So thank you guys. Thanks everyone that's on here tonight, you know, checking out this interview with this legend, Fat Joe. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here. And you got
Nothing
shout
but
out? You want me
love.
to do? I'll do
We'll
it.
spread the gospel to your husband. I
Yes.
send my love, your
Yes.
family. We
Yes, we
thank you.
have
We
music
love you.
coming.
Huh?
Yes, we definitely have music coming. So look forward to the inspirational stuff hitting y'all speakers really, really soon. And make sure
And
you
remember what
get
I
your
told
hoodie.
you, because I'm about that bag. The phone. You got
Okay.
a lot of money in the phone. I don't want to tell all these guys on here, but you
You
have a
telling them
lot of
all.
money in your phone.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, my man.
God
All
bless
right.
you. We love you. Be
Thank
good,
you.
babe. All right.
Bye. Shout out
Bye-bye.
to Sneakerhead too. Bye.
Oh, you a sneakerhead too?
Of course I am. Of
I
course.
ain't know that. I
Of
ain't know
course.
that.
And my husband too. We go and I got a 21-year-old. What do you think he into? All black boys are into sneakers. You already know that, Joe. You
Yeah, you
already
gotta
know.
pull up at my stores. I got two in 158th and Broadway, and I got one in 207 for Dykeman. I'm sure your sons know. And I'm
Oh,
opening up one in the Bronx too, in the South Bronx.
okay.
So whenever you want to pass around, let me know.
All right, awesome. We
God
will.
bless you.
All right, my
Bye-bye.
man. Bye.
All right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Man, oh man. And you don't know who I know. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You don't know who I know. She might be Keisha. She might be the girl from Mama I Want to Sing the Bronx, but you just don't know who I know, man. And so these guys can't do this like me, man. They don't know who I know. Complex Magazine said the #1 hip-hop related show. The big show. This ain't a game. The women still look beautiful. Got a beautiful family. Christian. She ain't got to explain herself. She was acting. She's an actress. She played a hell of a role. I saw you, Clark. We're going to have to make that happen. Fat Joe featuring Taral Hicks. I would love that. She sings beautiful. She's from the Bronx. We might as well give it to him. Michael Mad, what's good? And so these guys don't know who I know. And you get mad. You don't know who I know. Listen, tomorrow night I got a big one. Tomorrow night I got a big one. But tonight was special. I don't know if it's a Bronx thing. It reminded me of when Cheryl of Coco SWV was on. Tonight was special. I look up to Taral Hicks as an actress. Legendary roles. She's from the Bronx like me. Tonight was legendary. And we just keep trying to make it better and better. Shout out to DJ Clark Kent. Clark Kent, about 30 people told me about the mix you did in Sunday school with the record Sunshine. They said it's unbelievable. Dre of Cool and Dre, everybody hit me up and said, unbelievable what Clark Kent has done with this song. It's #6 in America, thanks to you guys, Rhythmic. We'll be cruising in at 5 next week. And so it's what a dream come true. To still be successful at what you love to do. It's amazing. And I tell you to go Her Instagram is she is. I want everybody to follow. She is Taral Hicks Dawson. She is Taral Hicks Dawson. Go buy that merch. She keeps it 1,000. And so let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. And so what do you mean by that, Joe? You say that all the time. Well, you don't know who's by your side and who's truly your friend until you're down. If you up, everybody's going to be kissing your butt, be yes man and yes woman. Because you got something they want. But when you down and out, your darkest moments, they bring your most clarity. Put God first. This is mental healing. This is mental health that we do here, man, every night. Stay in the game. You never know. Thank you for that one. What's my man's name? He got my line down pat. Papa de Valentina. Stay in the game. You never know. And so let me give you a quick one. Dr. Dre discovered NWA, Chronic, Snoop Dogg, this, that. Tupac. He fell out with his partner, Suge Knight. He gave him the company. He started brand new. He went and found Eminem and 50 Cent. He might have made 30, 40, 50 million dollars. That was enough to say, hey, man, I'm straight. But the man stood in the game because he never know. You think he knew 8, 9, 10 years later he would discover these headphones that would make him a billionaire? You got to stay in the game because you never know. Oh, y'all got me one on here, man. Y'all got to stop. You got me. Y'all got me hyped right now. Y'all got me hyped right now. Shout out my brother AB. He posted a picture with my brother Showbiz Born Lord. And I saw True God in there. I'm hoping that's not an old pic, and I'm hoping the God is home. Shout out to True God, Forest Projects, Godsville. Know what I'm saying? Welcome home if that is a current picture. Put God first. Good times, bad times. Once again, shout out the Al Maktoum family of Dubai. I love you guys. Salam alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Kif halik, my brothers. And I wish you the best, and I want you to stay strong during this time. I know your father passed away, and you know I love you guys. Musa, the whole crew. Rashid, you know I love you. Stay up, y'all. It's the biggest.